Welcome back to the Creative Creatures in Industry Experts podcast. I'm your host, Key. I'm joined today with founder, owner of the Beauty Collective and Urban Oasis. There's a lot going on with you lately. Is there anything I've missed out? Any formal titles?
No, that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So we actually go way back. About 10 years ago,
Scary.
my friends were traveling Europe. I had a mate who was attached to his new SLR camera. He's had it joined to the hip, taking photos of everything. And basically, in hindsight, maybe a poor decision. He was down the beach taking photos. I'm just in my own world having a beer. Then all of a sudden, these two girls approach and they're like, how do we look in those photos? And apparently you're taking a photo of you guys down there. So, but we
very creepily.
Yes, in hindsight, not such a flash idea, but we picked up on the Aussie accent and realised that you're Bayside based, same as us, and had lots of friends in common. And we ended up just hanging out, and we all went out and had a night on the town. Is that it's hazy? It's been a while.
I know,
Is that the way you remember it?
Yep. Yeah, and then I think we kept on running into you guys.
Yeah, a few times. We were just traveling to the same places. So it's been 10 years. So I've had a little bit of an eye on your socials, and so I've been able to track your business journey. I think it started off, you had a different business under a different name. Was it Cocoon or?
No, it was actually Bodyworks back then. But
Okay.
when I got home from traveling, that's when I started my own business called Cocoon Beauty. And that stemmed from my parents' house. I just had a salon on the side of the house, and I had a launch party of 100 or over 100 people came, and that's how I
My invite must have got lost in the mail.
Yeah, must have.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how I my business kind of launched from there, and then I outgrew that after about a year.
Jeez.
And that's when I got a business partner and did Beauty Collective in Richmond.
Okay. And so how did you get enough skills and enough confidence to start the business? Why did you go down that direction instead of working for someone else? Just pull the microphone slightly towards you a little bit. Yep, there you go.
Why? Sorry. Why?
Yeah, so why did
I get
you
into the industry?
decide your own business was the way to go rather than maybe working somewhere else?
Well, I did beauty for many years, and I worked in a variety of industry leading places. I won't mention the names, but there was a lot of bullying going on and a lot of toxic behavior between women. And I didn't think that that's what we were there for. We were there to build us up and be a community to help serve our customers. And I just felt like it was just like, as soon as you were with the client, you'd go out the back and you instantly felt that toxic behavior, and it just wasn't a nice environment to be in.
So that's one of the things you strive to do, is have like a positive environment.
Yeah, absolutely. And a vibe and a fun working environment. And I feel like I've created that now.
Okay. So I don't claim to be a cosmetics expert by any stretch of the imagination. So I don't really know what goes on down there. So apart from once you pretty much forced me to get my eyebrows. Obviously.
You had a beer, you're all right.
But apart from that, tell us a little bit about what do you do? And you've got a collective, which is like a few different sort of aspects.
Yeah, so we've just
branches.
taken on our third shop. So we offer a variety of beauty treatments, but we're not just a beauty salon. Our motto is beauty from the inside out. So we also have now a psychotherapist that works with trauma in the body. So a lot of people find that they've got gut health or skin issues, and a lot of that stems from trauma from your childhood. Right. So she works with us 2 days a week. We've got a cosmetic injector. We have Ellie, who does body bar, who does body contouring. We specialise in skin concerns. So we do a lot of facials with perioral dermatitis, rosacea, acne. But now we also offer the Heal Light, which is LED, which is a hospital grade machine where we actually can get benefits from just them using light therapy.
Right.
And just recently we've taken on collagen text, which is a full body light therapy, which also helps with inflammation in the body. Lymphatic drainage helps a lot with athletes. We're actually getting a few AFL players coming in soon.
Right. So you got a mix of males and females coming in, just a range.
Yeah, now there's a lot of both, which is great.
That's one of the machines you have is like a big one. You put me under that briefly as well. And
Well, that's the smaller one now, but there's
right.
a bigger one now.
It was like there was aliens coming to. So that's very relaxing though.
Yes.
If you were struggling to sleep at night, I reckon that. So what one's that? And is
that
that
one's
common?
the healer. That's the LED. So that's amazing. That's targeting your face primarily. But
common machine around Melbourne? Like,
no, well, when I first got it, it wasn't really around, but now it's definitely become more popular because of the results that it does. It's not a cheap machine, so a lot of people, kind of get scared of the investment. But from what we've experienced with, like even me being open with my story with perioral dermatitis, it's definitely helped a lot of people with skin concerns that they're a little bit embarrassed to kind of approach therapists about.
And you've got a bigger one now. Is it the same thing but bigger, or is that something
so
else?
It's a different wavelength. This one's from Canada. There's only 3 in Australia. Jeez. So this one is insane. The results, like straight away. It's a little bit too much at the start when you first start, so it takes a little bit to get into. But this one is for your full body. So amazing if you've hurt your back or you've got inflammation in the body, scar tissue. It can help with fertility.
I've got scar tissue in my ankle after a little incident.
Come and give it a go.
Right. Okay. Now I know about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the selling points of the Beauty Collective, is it mostly that beauty starts from the inside out? What is it that you guys do better than anyone? Is it the access to these machines, or is it?
The difference from Beauty Collective, I think, would be when you walk into the room, we're very personable with our clients. We bring a vibe to that experience, and we want to make sure that what are they here for today? Make sure it's all about them.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. And I've been to the location. It is very well done. You had a hand in putting it together, did you? You kind of did renovations and you're very hands-on with it.
Yeah.
Did you
tradie ladies, Rosie, my manager, and I kind of put ourselves to work.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And the look of it, and it looks great. That was sort of your brainchild, was it?
Yeah, that was all me. Good old Pinterest, put a board together and kind of manifested what I wanted and made it happen.
For any upstarts, anyone who's interested in getting into the industry or starting their own business, do you have any advice or learnings about what you went through?
I think for me, like how I went from 5 salons to 1 over COVID, and I knew I was going to get the next 2 shops next door. And I think just saying to yourself out loud and actually believing in it rather than just being like, oh, I want, just say I will and just keep going. And that's something that I've kind of been very good at, is manifesting. And as soon as I get it, I do it.
Yeah.
Just like Urban Oasis.
Yeah, sometimes if you set clear goals, look, I'm not the spiritual type with manifesting.
Doesn't mean you have to go, woo.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know what you mean. If you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, then it's almost like subliminally things start to happen. The decisions you make are all leading you to that end goal.
Exactly. Believe it and risk it for the biscuit.
As I understand it, you offer a range of non-invasive treatments. Do you want to take us through the services you offer?
Yeah, sure. Well, we have all the typical beauty treatments. There is like spray tans, makeup, lash lifts, all your waxing for both female and males. But yeah, primarily we love our skin, so we do a lot of skin treatments and typically on skin concerns. And then I specialize, and my passion is tattooing. So I do the microblading eyebrow tattooing and lip blush tattoo now.
Cool.
And then we've just opened up our Urban Oasis just 6 months ago, where we also offer wellness retreats. So instead of going, on an aeroplane or an hour down the coast, we have a little beautiful Urban Oasis that we offer half-day retreats.
Very close to home in Hampton.
Very close to home.
So I've heard there's been some changing restrictions on advertising and things when it comes to Botox. Have you heard anything about that? I heard that coming in the future, because Botox is a drug, that there might be some restrictions on the way it's advertised.
I actually have noticed just recently with Nikki, who is our cosmetic injector, offering specials. Like we can't offer any specials on Botox or advertise that we are actually, I don't know, it was weird the other day. I don't know. She said that she wasn't allowed to advertise any specials or pretty much advertise it.
I'd heard there'd been some restrictions, even the way that you talk about the product. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
So you touched on the Urban Oasis. I had checked out your salon a few months ago now, and that was before that renovation. So tell us about that. It seems like a very innovative idea.
Urban Oasis stemmed from a little girls' trip up at Magnetic Island, and we were just doing all the things, Pilates, yoga, journaling, and I just realized, why do we have to go away to do that? So I wanted to create a space in Bayside that was part of our salon for people to escape, so they don't have to go down to Mornington Peninsula or do the drive. They can actually do a little half-day retreat at Beauty Collective Co, and that's where Urban Oasis was created.
Yeah, great. Close to home. And are you Wonder Woman or something? Like how, I don't know.
Well, I did it in 3 weeks. Once we got back, I had this idea, and then, tradie lady was put to work.
Jeez. Well, you'd think you'd be busy enough with all that's going on without coming up with new ways to keep yourself even more busy.
Yeah.
But it looks great. I haven't been there in person, but your salon. Yeah, I need to get down there and do some yoga retreats. But your branding and everything looks great in terms of location, your logo too, your decals and everything. So how do you go about that? Do you use the designer? Are you picking these things yourself? You seem to have got it right.
Thank you. Well, we didn't. When I had my salon in Richmond and Albert Park, my branding was very different, and it was just didn't feel right anymore. So I kind of tapped into what is Beauty Collective and what do I want to portray to my clients and make them feel something when they walk in. And I think what they do feel is luxe.
Yeah,
it's a luxe salon. It's not just your typical, I won't say, but, waxing salon. It's actually an experience when you walk in. So we got our branding redone. It did take a couple of months and quite a lot of money, but I feel like now it speaks to our clients of what we are all about.
Okay. Well, you've done a great job. And do you put yourself, in amongst it? Are you on your social media and everything? Do you sort of introduce yourself? Are you on your website?
That's something I think I could reintroduce at the moment, because I find whenever I do talk to the camera or if I'm in the posts, a lot of our clients do engage a lot more and they love it. Especially because us girls all my team become quite personable with our clients, so they do love to see us on the socials.
Well, as someone who's clearly passionate and wants to make everything work, it's probably not a bad idea to keep putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
And in terms of content on social media, marketing the business, is there any different types of media that you've tried to leverage? Have you done, reels and Instagram things?
Yeah, we try to keep the reels coming daily.
Daily, okay. Yeah.
Well, try to, but when you're busy and then at the end of the day, it's the last thing you want to do. And I'll never forget when I used to just sit on a post and your brain's cooked, you've been working all day, you've been talking all day. So it does become hard, but I think planning ahead for the month does work.
Okay. And you're on the tools yourself? You've got your phone and that kind of thing?
I'm on the tools. I take I take before and after photos of all my tattooing, but Rosie, who works with me, she does a lot of the reels. I kind of capture the content and then she puts it together.
Is there any other things you've tried? Have you ever done testimonials, or do you ever do educational posts or anything like that? Or is it more just the experience?
We do on product, and then our reviews, we kind of leave that to Google. We've got over 100 5-star reviews, so kind of haven't actually posted that on Instagram. That's a good idea. Thank you.
Well, that's what I'm here for. I actually have a question about reviews.
Yes.
It's very important for a lot of businesses, and I imagine especially for something in the beauty industry. I remember you've got plenty of great reviews. Occasionally, sometimes there's going to be a misunderstanding, I imagine, when someone doesn't, communicate their needs properly. For other business owners, marketing managers, etc., if you got any advice, is if someone leaves, if you've got 99% good reviews, and then occasionally something mediocre comes through, do you wait for that customer to come back in and try to do a better job, or do you just ensure you do such a good job that any half-assed review gets drowned out?
That actually happened before and I was absolutely devastated. This client, as soon as she walked in, I felt a really weird vibe with her. I even said it to Rosie and I asked her all the questions you do before you do waxing and she'd been using retinol. So if you use retinol, just so you know, your skin can come off or you can burn. And overnight, 3 a.m. in the morning, which is weird, she posted on a Google review saying that I'd burnt her. And I found out that she was using retinol and she had laser the day before, which just is the biggest no-no ever. Right. Anyway, I reached out to her and I offered her a complimentary heel light, and which she came in and she took advantage of that. She had about 10 in the end, and I just like, that's 130 per treatment. And she came in for a side of the face wax, which is like $15. So right. She really knew how to work a business for their money. But yeah, so...
Happy customer in the end?
Well, yes. So then she ended up sending all her friends in and her skin was fine, thank God. And she took down the review because you can't take down other people's reviews. Obviously.
I think it's a good lesson to not get too stressed about it. Just keep doing good work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What about influencer marketing? Is that something you've ever dabbled in? Have you ever tried, inviting people along to document their experience?
I've been lucky enough that influencers have come in paid customers. There has been times where, I will offer them a complimentary treatment. But for me, I find it like they've obviously got a lot of other things going on, but they tend to not post. And then it's quite frustrating because you're giving them a free treatment and you're not really getting anything out of it. It works two ways. So
so maybe hit and miss in that department.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's something to dabble into a bit more for me now that I've expanded, but for me, I feel like we're busy enough.
Maybe you could formalize something next time and sort of say,
have it in writing.
Yeah, I think so, because I'm sure there's a lot of people raw in the system. But at the same time, you want to have like an organic experience. Are they filming things when they're there, by the way, or are they just put the phone away?
Well, it depends. If they're paying, like they're generally just coming for a treatment, and I don't want to be like, oh, can you post? I want them to have a good experience. But if you do offer them something and they say yes, then you expect it to kind of work both ways.
Have you ever done promotional? Do you ever offer, a package deal or freebies or anything like that?
For influencers? Or?
Oh, no. In general terms, let's say the Urban Oasis or any other things. Do you have any marketing promotions or anything that you've ever tried?
We offer a complimentary heel light when you purchase a ticket for our Urban Oasis retreats, which we have one coming up this Saturday and it's fully booked from that special.
Okay, so that works.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Tickets $189 and they get a $130 treatment and they get Pilates, yoga, lunch, sound healing.
Sounds pretty good. Yeah, for sure. Well, that really comes to a conclusion. It's been great to have you on. I feel like your business journey is very inspiring. You obviously bring a lot of passion and care to everything you're doing. So I look forward to watching it grow and like the future of it. Okay. So there you go. If you want to find out anything more, the website is
beautycollectiveco.com.au.